Give this just a little bit more bend here and square it up. That looks pretty good. This hydraulic crimping tool proved to be a very wise investment. Puts tons of pressure down on these ferrules and secures them in place. Folded this excess burlap back and stapled it to the frame. I'm going to stitch this excess up into the wire, reinforce this front. I'll pull off a piece of this cocoa fiber and give it just a light misting with an atomizer. A little water and it gets more pliable. There's somewhat of an abrasive dust that tends to give me a sore throat, so it cuts that problem down. Somewhat allergenic, I suppose. I'll start shaping this edge roll. I'm going to push a little of it in here and start to build a little bit of a roll out over the front edge. I haven't worked with cocoa fiber in years, and I had this small amount left over, and I thought this would be a good place to try it again. Now, pack a little bit in here just to get a gauge of where I want to start working from. Turn this excess burlap under. Gauge this distance here. I'd like it to pull down at about 2 inches, and I need to pull a little underneath the wire. Looks pretty good there, and we'll stitch this along into the wire. track these yarns across and stitch this burlap into the edge wire. It doesn't hurt to have a straight edge to help with laying out these measurements. Still following by the yarns and the fabric as close as I can. Run that back down through and make my knot. As I pull the knot in, use my hand and shape this padding into the rolled edge I'm after. Once I get it cinched into place, I'll move on to the next stitch. For this first row of stitching, I'll come in just above the wire. I like to space these stitches at about 1.25 inches apart. Bring the needle through about 1 inch above that gutter. Back through, make my knot. I'll use the regulator and pull these fibers up and towards the front. Use my palms and knead things into place. Work with the weave and keep it straight. I'll come up a little bit from the edge wire and use a curved needle here. Run that back down and make my knot. Well, with the cushion deck built, I'm finally ready to move on to the fabric.